Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crosswinds Church More Than Sunday podcast. This is Chris Coley. I'm the senior pastor here, and we're excited to do another episode with Derek Walker, our creative arts pastor. We have more coronavirus tips, things to do while we're sheltering in place from Derek. Enjoy this. All right, everybody, I am here with Derek Walker, who is our creative arts pastor, and
Yes.
it has been a long time. It's got to at least have been a
Too
month and a half since we have done a podcast where you give us tips.
Tips. I thought it was weird, Chris, that I asked you a couple weeks ago if I could be on the podcast, and you said, no, we've had enough of you. And I just thought that was a really weird thing for you to say, a weird way for you to react to me.
You know what? I have gotten so busy lately. It's been hard to do these as regularly. It's crazy because here we are.
I thought you were going to say, I have gotten so many comments from people who just want to hear more from you.
Well, that too.
Oh, yeah.
If there's anything people are asking for, it's more tips with Derek. That's absolutely true.
That's what the people want.
It's just been it's crazy because you would think I'm behind on email, I'm behind on returning texts to people. You would think with COVID we would be in a situation where we got more time than ever, but I don't know, man. I feel like electronically speaking, anything that involves me sitting down at a computer, it has blown up, and there's a lot less time to do it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Anybody who's emailed me recently can probably attest to that. I'm not. If for some reason I'm way worse at replying to emails now than I was maybe like 4 months ago, and now I have a computer in front of me all the time, and I'm just not replying to the emails. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think it's because it's the only way. You're not running into each other anymore. So even just
Yeah,
stop,
that'd be it.
you're around here, you run into people every 10 minutes, and you have little conversations here and there. Now,
Totally.
every conversation has got to come via email, and it's taking so long to try to respond to all of those. So anyway, Derek, you're going to give us some tips today on websites. I believe these are coronavirus websites.
All websites to tell you how to know you have coronavirus, but they all give you different things, and so none of them are very dependable. So it's going to be great.
Derek, could you give us some more COVID tips? And you said, how about websites this time?
Yeah. Okay. So when I said websites, I definitely was not saying COVID websites. I was saying here are some websites I've enjoyed immensely in the past 2 to 3 months.
You mean to tell me these are not websites about COVID?
First, yeah. Well, okay. Well, that goes without saying. COVID19.com is fantastic. Wait, actually, now, hold on. If you're listening to this, I'm actually going to go to COVID19.com
and see what it is.
Oh, it redirects to Crosswinds. No, I'm kidding. No, COVID-19. Somebody bought COVID-19.com, and all it is a blue screen that says, welcome to COVID-19.com. There should be more content here soon. In the meantime, here are a few important links. And they're like links to the World Health Organization, U.S. Corona. So that's good. He's doing some good.
Nice.
Now, COVID19.org, though, see, that's going to be your nonprofit. That's going to be good, you got to imagine, right?
What about COVID19.tv?
COVID19.org.
That's a church.
It's a church. Oh man,
I say that because there was a small period there, about a decade ago, where churches started snatching up the .tv domains.
Well, only one remains, right? It's Life Church, right?
No, I think. Well, I don't know. I know a number of churches that still have it.
I have a question. You might want to edit this out. Didn't Life Church, they changed the name of their church to lifechurch.tv, right? Like if you went to their church, that's what it was called. I think they're
in Oklahoma. They're all over, but they started in Oklahoma. I think you may be right. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Well, the important thing is I've only been to COVID19.com a couple times a day, but my main websites.
So Derek is going to now give it. It's not COVID websites. It's a list of Christian websites. That
there's nothing Christian about this, man.
These are Christian websites that you want to further your walk.
Okay. If you want to further your walk, maybe not with Jesus, but in the consumerist mindset, for instance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Wirecutter?
I feel like I have heard of it. This is about cord cutting, so you're not you're not tied down to the man that is satellite TV or cable.
You know what? It would make sense if it was. It really has nothing to do
Okay.
with that.
Okay, what
The
is it?
Wirecutter is it's actually NewYorkTimes.com/Wirecutter. And it is a website that was basically created by a couple dudes who worked at the New York Times who were like doing like consumer reviews on all sorts of things. And what they do is it is a very, I would say, large, detailed website that basically has like a bunch of different like categories like electronics, home and garden, kitchen and dining. And look here, I'm gonna go to electronics. And I go electronics. There's a drop down menu says accessories, audio, batteries and charging, cameras. Okay, so I'm gonna go to
Is
cameras.
this,
And
is this whole podcast going to just be you reading a list off
listen,
of a
and then it's
website?
all listen, Chris. I am just shocked that you've not been to this website because this website was made for Chris Coley. Because now it's a bunch of articles: the best instant camera, the best drones for photos and videos, the best waterproof
Oh,
camera. And then if you go inside these articles, they review like they'll take upwards of 30 different like drone cameras and put them through like rigorous testing, and then they will give you a detailed review about, okay, if you have this much to spend, here's what you should buy and why. If you're like mid-level, here's what you should buy and why. And dude, I'm telling you, this website is incredible, man. And it has everything from like kitchen and dining, travel, appliances, different. When we were getting ready to maybe buy a mountain bike, I was like, well, I'm going to go and look at mountain bikes. You know, when you bought your weird little bird scooter, I was going to tell you, man, go on Wirecutter, man. They'll tell you everything you need to know. But
so
I
they
believe
basically do all the research for you, so you don't have to do all of that. You can just trust Wirecutter.
they do in-depth research, as in like when you leave. And by the way, I should say they're also at wirecutter.com. It just redirects to newyorktimes.com/wirecutter. They do
Okay.
the kind of articles and research where when you leave, you know way more about under sink water filters. You
Okay.
know way that you
Let's
need to
try
know.
something. Let's try something.
Okay, you want
I'm,
to do this?
I'm going to give you something. I want you to see if this exists on there. Okay. So
Okay.
we have this reverse osmosis filter thing on our kitchen sink for
Right.
drinking water, and
Right.
we've had it probably a decade or so in there.
Okay.
And what I'm finding is that, sorry, I'm distracted. I'm looking out my window in my office, and someone is driving by on a golf cart, and someone else is water skiing off the back of it on a skateboard.
Oh, that's Daniel and Zach. They're doing fun stuff today. It might not be.
Okay, sorry.
Is your
COVID
water
related stuff.
water filter, is this under sink?
Yeah, it is under sink. Well, wait.
Yeah.
The
I
the the the
reverse
brains
osmosis
of the system are under the sink. The bladder, I think, is what they call it.
all the
But
water.
I get the water from above the sink. I don't have to go
Okay,
into the
Chris,
cabinets to
Chris,
what?
thank you for clearing up exactly where you get the water. I thought you were getting. I thought. Wait, we don't all get water just from straight from the pipe below our sink. Yeah, dude. Here we go. This article was updated today. The best under sink water filter. Now, I want you to tell me right now, what under sink water filter do you have, Chris? I want to see if what you have.
I believe I bought it at Costco a decade ago. It is the Watts
It's the
Premier brand.
Kirkland. It's the Kirkland brand. I got 30 of them. So they reviewed a bunch of them, and it looks like the one their pick is the Aquasana AQ 5200, which by the way, I agree, we have that one. Just kidding, we don't. Then they have like runner up. They have an upgrade pick, which is like more, and then they also have links to Amazon, Home Depot, wherever you can get the best deal.
Great.
They have a budget pick too.
I'm
And so
amazed that I didn't know about this.
it
I
seems
like to think I'm kind of in the know. How long has this been around? A week? 2?
No, it's been around a long time. And the other thing is, this website is so up your alley. I wouldn't be surprised if I went to like the Who We Are page and there was a picture of you smiling. Like
I
Chris
love that.
Cole.
You're right. I research everything. There's nothing that I don't buy, it seems, where I don't. I was literally buying ice cream the other day, and it was so good. I got some of that Halo. Have you tried that Halo Top ice cream everybody's talking about?
Okay, so I'm not eating ice cream at the time. Momentarily, I'm not doing that. We're going Whole30. I've always never heard good things about Halo Top.
You know what? They have a keto. I don't know if that counts with Whole30. They have like a keto
It does
line.
not. I can guarantee you it does not.
Anyway, so I was trying this. It was so good, and I'm like, wow, I wonder what other flavors they have. I read about every flavor on their website, and then I'm like, all right, I wonder which flavor I want next. And then I researched where to go to find that flavor, because you can't just find them all in every store. And I found out that the Walgreens in Livermore has the flavor that I was looking for, which was like oatmeal cookie. Anyway,
but is the ice cream good?
This is right up my alley. It is good.
Would
It
love
is. I'm just surprised I haven't been. Okay, give us another website.
Little website I like to call Wikipedia. Guys, Wikipedia is
Wait,
incredible. No, I'm gonna be dead
wait.
serious. Wait,
You,
what are
you
Wiki,
Wikipedia. You
Wikipedia.org.
might as well have said, what's your next one? Google.com?
Okay, listen, dude. Here's Wikipedia is great because I like to do something I call the Wikipedia wormhole. And the Wikipedia
Oh.
wormhole is I hear something out in the world or I see something and I have an hour to kill and I go, I am going to get purposefully lost. You ever get yourself like in a new town or even in your old town and you drive around the streets and you go, I wonder what's around this corner. Like I did this
Yeah.
the other day because there was a podcast I want to listen to, and I was a little bit early to pick up my kids. So I was like, I'll drive around the block. Sorry, don't listen to this, Amy. I don't want you to hear this. And I just drove around the block, and before I knew it, I was seeing houses I'd never seen. Well, that is what the Wikipedia wormhole will do, dude. I have found out so many great things. I looked up Charlie Chaplin because somebody made a comment to me the other day about how, hey, be like Charlie Chaplin, keep your mouth shut. And I went, that'd be funny if he was actually like mute, but he wasn't. He's a but dude, Charlie Chaplin,
Wait. Are you
fascinating
about
life.
to say you did not know that Charlie Chaplin was a
No,
silent film actor?
I knew he was.
Wikipedia wormhole.
I just didn't know if it was like shut up, dude. But you know Charlie Chaplin, and before you know it, you're finding out about United Agency Artists, which is the movie studio system you started with Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford, and before you know it, you read about films and you're reading all this good stuff. Then you read about the movie that had Robert Downey Jr. in it, and all of a sudden now you're on Robert Downey Jr. And now you're in Iron Man. Now you're in Marvel Cinematic Universe, dude. It is the most gratifying thing to get lost on Wikipedia. And you can make fun of me all you want, but dude, you will find out. Now, I will say there are a couple, if you actually Google search the phrase wiki wormhole, there's a whole bunch of people who do this. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, dude, here's a weird article we found. And there's an article that you never would have known about. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Are you familiar with the Wikipedia game? I think my daughter taught me this. I think she learned it from Sean Mackel. It's kind of like what you're talking about.
Is this wait? Okay, so I know a Wikipedia game. Is this the game where you find any? Is it any article, and if you click the first link on each article, and then whatever article that takes you to, then click the first link on that article, and eventually it all comes back to the article for philosophy?
No,
that's a real thing, by the way.
That sounds haunted. That sounds like the stuff of urban legend.
It's like a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon thing where literally
any
article within 7 or 8 clicks, you're going to get to the article. Maybe it's not philosophy. Maybe it's human rights.
The Wikipedia game is like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but this is different. This is where you find somebody else with a smartphone. You both open up the Wikipedia app or go to the website. Either one works, the mobile site, and you say Disneyland. We're going to start at Disneyland. We both get to the Disneyland page, and then we pick some other random thing like roller skate, roller rinks of the 80s. If that's a Wikipedia page. And the first one who can get from Disneyland to roller rinks.
Oh, that's brilliant. Just by clicking links?
Just clicking on links wins.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's like my game in reverse. Or my game is that in reverse. I love that. That's smart, dude. I love that.
It's kind of fun. You try it sometimes. It's kind of a fun thing. You know what? If you're waiting at a table for your food, which is a little easier to do now that they've opened up outdoor dining.
I'm not outdoor dining. No way. I'm not doing that. That's crazy.
No.
Okay, next. YouTube.com. No.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, but seriously, I'm talking about something very specific on YouTube.com. You brought up Disneyland.
Look, the idea here was for you to come and
YouTube.com.
bring creative, original websites we've not heard of.
Hold your butt. Listen.
Okay.
I go to youtube.com. This is something that I know for a fact that I have in common with Quinn because we were just shooting in Half Moon Bay last week. Check out the service video if you haven't watched it yet. And we found ourselves talking about all the different like Disneyland. We're both obsessed with Disneyland, different Disneyland like urban legends and secrets we didn't know about. Yep. And did you know right now you can go on YouTube and you can search like different rides and just watch it as though you're on that ride. Like somebody took. And it's obviously, you can, but it's so much fun for kids. Also, there are so many great different like people or different channels that do like different like architectural design stuff at Disneyland. Different, like, hey, we're gonna make the top 10 foods, dude. Right now, we can't go Disneyland. It's not gonna open until 2022. I hate to break it to you guys. Right now, go to YouTube.com and just start searching Disneyland stuff. Go for it.
Disneyland was
Oh,
supposed to
nuts.
open in like 2 weeks, man. It was
No
supposed
way.
to open
Not gonna
July
happen.
17th, and now you're pushing to 2022?
Not gonna happen.
We'll see. That's a great idea, especially if you've got little kids. This is a good fix. And the other cool thing is there are Disneylands all over the world now. You got Tokyo Disneyland,
There are,
Shanghai Disneyland,
there
Hong
are.
Kong Disney. These are places I will probably never go. Here's my reason. I have no
Wait,
desire to go to Shanghai Disney or where,
okay.
but the only reason I would go to Shanghai is
Yes.
to check out Disneyland. Probably
Yeah.
financially not worth it then.
Right.
So
If you got to go there, you could see how cool their haunted mansion is. You know how cool their
right.
haunted mansion is? The answer is a
I
lot cooler than ours.
Well, that's the point I'm making that because of YouTube, I can live it without having to go all the way there.
Listen, I will say this: go to YouTube.com and search Tokyo Disney Sea. That's like the world's greatest Disney park. None of us know about. It's incredible. It's got a working volcano.
Right. I've heard this. Yes.
I'm gonna
I
give you
I
go ahead.
I love that you keep throwing the .com on the
There's also
on the end of, like we've not heard of YouTube before.
All right,
You
next
gotta go.
website.
You could you
HTTP
spell that for
colon
me? Is that
forward
you?
slash slash www dot. Okay, this next website is in that same. Have you? I know that Quinn's been here.
Wait.
Soundsofdisneyland.com.
How many more websites do you have?
Oh, I'm just. I don't know. I don't have. I don't. I just. This could be the last one if you want. I don't care.
I think we should make this last one, and then let's do a part 2 where we can come back and hit some more of your
What you're
websites.
saying is we could come back and maybe you could be a little bit more prepared.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. I could tell you're basically just going through your bookmarks and and that's where you got to soundsofdisney.com. So is that what it's called? Sounds of Disney is the next one?
Well, now I'm starting to wonder if I have the right page. Oh, I did. That's a bummer. Okay, so I went there, soundsofdisneyland.com, and if you go to their page, the first thing that comes up is a petition that signs for change.org to keep them from changing Splash Mountain, which is that's crazy. You can change Splash Mountain just fine. It's great. But now, if you were to continue past that, soundsofdisneyland.com has all of the area theme music and loops for any of the rides, lands, restaurants. And dude, I'm telling you right now, we cannot go right now to Pixar Pier, Chris. You and me right now
Yeah.
cannot. We can't go to Plaza de la Familia. That's in California Adventure. We can't go and watch Fantasmic, but we can click on this website and
Yeah.
listen to the entire area music loop. I would also say recommend for especially go to the Cars Land loop and just get like an hour and a half of the best like old rockabilly country music you've ever had in your life.
That's a great idea. That's a
now
great So this is
clearly
you found this website through my daughter? Is that how you
oh
found it?
I found it through Chelsea, which is
Oh.
who works communications here, but finding it through her kind of makes me think that Quinn might already know
Oh,
about this.
yes. Oh, no. We have been on this website many
Oh, that's
times.
right.
I'll be in the car and she'll grab my phone and
It's got
hook
like
in.
Main Street USA 1976. It's got like
Right. It's got
Fantasyland. It's crazy. It's
it's got multiple Main Street eras where they've
oh,
played
it's
different
great.
music. And I'll say, I love it. I think it's so impressive. Everything I've thought about, I've been able to find on there. It's really cool.
What to me, one of the underrepresented, or I guess I don't know, like underrated moments of music at Disneyland is when you first get to Disneyland and you're in the Esplanade, which is the area in between California Adventure and Disneyland Park.
Right.
And they have like an hour or they have like a loop of like really good Disney songs, but played at like instrumentally as though like they're played by like an old time like accordion and calliope band. And they
Yep.
have this music loop, and you're like, oh my gosh, dude, I know that song, and now I feel like I'm literally in between two parks trying to convince my crying children that we're not gonna go to our pier again. We have to go to Star Wars Land. Come on.
Yeah, I'm with you. It is a really cool website, and if you're kind of jonesing for any of that just Disney atmosphere, one of my favorite things to do is when we're eating. Am I the only one who, when we're eating Mexican food, turns on mariachi music at my house?
I do that too.
Do you?
I don't know. I'll turn on like Buena Vista Social Club. Like that Cuban record, and Amy's always
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
So now you can just pull the stuff from Plaza de la Familia.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
If we're eating hamburgers, I pull up great moments of Mr. Lincoln. Why? I don't know. It's just creepy. It's what I want to do.
When I wanna take a nap, I pull up great moments with Mr. Lincoln. That's exactly right.
Pull up
When I wanna
Small
fall
World.
asleep. Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say this: if you do go there, don't sign the Change.org petition to convince Disney to keep Splash Mountain. A, it's not going to work. B, why? You don't like Splash Mountain that much. Grow
You
up.
know, what's
It's going to
fascinating
be
to
so much
me
better now.
about this issue specifically, it seems as if Disney had decided to do this 2 years ago and waited till now to bring it up. Did you notice
You know,
that?
Yeah, everything I hear about everything they said, hey, we've been talking about this for a while, and it's because of this. And I want to key you into a little bit of Disney insiders knowledge that I don't know if you know this, but I'm just going to kind of say this to you. Splash Mountain sucks. It's the worst ride in the world, regardless of its setting, its culture. Yes, it is based on a movie that actually will not be on Disney Plus ever because it's too racist. But beyond that, it sucks.
I,
And for him to say, "Oh, we're gonna make this actually a movie based around Princess and the Frog, and it's gonna be like New Orleans themed and all," of course, it's gonna be so great now. What are we worried about?
and it's right next to New Orleans Square. I think it's gonna do very well as a Princess and the
Listen,
Frog
sign
theme thing.
whatever Change.org petition you want, but if you go to this church and if you email me and start an argument about Splash Mountain being really cool, I'm gonna argue back, and you're gonna be bummed about it. It's garbage. It's the worst ride ever.
If there's one thing I've learned about Derek, he's got very strong feelings on lots, and
I do.
he's always willing to argue it.
Oh,
All right,
sure. All right, man. That was great.
thanks, dude. We appreciate it. Let's do some more website tips next time. That'll be good.
Change.org/Splash Mountain. Save it.
Thanks, man. See ya.